Yes, sir. Dividing shares among partners.
Yes.
Right. We are in chapter 5. But we almost at the end of how many chapters left? 8. Last one. We're dividing shares among partners. 9.
Chapter 10.
10 chapters. So we have more chapters. 5 to go. Right. The proof of dividing shares among partners are derived from the Noble Quran al-Kareem, and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the consensus of the Muslim ulama. Allah Azza wa Jalla said and informed them that the water is shared between them. وَنَبِّهُمْ أَنَّ الْمَاءَ قِسْمَةٌ بَيْنَهُمْ. الماء قسمة بينهم. طيب. Another ayah, and when other relative and orphan and the needy are present at the time of division. This is related to الوراث, الإرث. نعم. Dividing of what? Of inheritance. نعم. وإذا حضر أولو القربى واليتامى والمساكين. نعم. That means those masakin, the relatives, the orphans, the needy, they were there when those who took their shares from the inheritance, then just for them to give them some, because they are looking. Now give them some, as sadaqah for them. So this is the lead. The permission is applied in every joint and divided property. The Prophet ﷺ, he himself used to divide the spoil of war among Muslims. Spoil of war, that means after what they gain after the war. In addition, many scholars maintain that there is consensus among scholars on the issue of division. This is due to the fact that necessity calls for it, as there is no other way to give rights of the joint property to those entitled to them except through division. You know, there are sometimes there is property which own or belong to more than one person, and this very clearly happened when in the inheritance, when a man died, whatever he has will be divided among all his heirs, those who inherit him. So this is something which, right. The Sheikh said, division is of two types. Consensual division and compulsory division. First type, consensual division. It refers to the division that must be implemented with the mutual consent of all partners, and it is impermissible to implement it without their mutual consent. Like sometimes, my dear brothers, a man dies, his children, they inherit a house, right? Some they want to sell the house, and some they want to keep the house. So they should have some type of arrangement that keep the right of everyone, not to force someone to accept something which will affect his right. For more illustration, it is the kind of division that cannot be implemented without causing harm to one or some of the partners. So this division which may cause harm should not be done. This is why mutual, consent is very, very necessary here, or very important. Or that cannot be implemented except when one of the partners gives something in compensation to the other. Such a type may be witnessed in properties such as small houses, shops, or land consisting of different spots distinguished by building. Maybe there is a building. Some of the kids live in very big apartments, 6 rooms. Others, they have only 1, 2 or 3. Are they the same? And if everyone said, no, everybody khalas, our father died, everyone should die, take what he has. That's not. Now this is here problem here. Why? Because some people, they get privileged over others. So this is what is meant here. Now, for one of the partners excluding the other. Therefore, it is impermissible to divide such type of joint property except with the mutual consent of all partners. This is due to the hadith the Prophet ﷺ said, one should not harm others, nor should one seek benefit for himself by causing harm to others. لا ضرر ولا ضرار. نعم لا ضرر ولا ضرار. This is very important قاعدة or rule, in Islam. لا ضرر ولا ضرار. طيب, the general meaning of the hadith indicates that it is impermissible to divide something that may cause harm to any of the partners except with partners' mutual consent. Such a division takes the same ruling apply to sale transactions. Sale transactions. That is, the sold item may be retained as deficit. Besides, it involves the option to conclude the contract or cancel it, the decision of selling. If there's any harm for anyone, then it's okay to change it. Making condition and shackling method. To make condition for such sale or such division. Nevertheless, no partner is to be forced to accept such division. Why? Because something that should become through the agreement of everyone. Right. But if one partner demands selling the joint items, the one who refuses division is to be obliged to submit, and if he insists on his stand, then the judge may sell the items on their behalf and divide the price between them, each according to his share. This many times happen when? When? An inheritance, right? This is, some people, unfortunately, many families, after the death of their father, who owned the house, the kids, they fight over this. Some of them, maybe they have other houses, they are relaxed, and they just want money from this. Others maybe sakin, this is the only place that he lives. But because of their rights, they should take their right. So this is why we say here, it's come the compassion, mercy among the relatives. He should think about لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب. Yes, the Prophet ﷺ said this. This is one of the guidelines here. لا يؤمن, none of you truly be believer till he loves for his brother that what he loves for himself. Right? I met just one, subhanallah, just about 3 weeks. One in the masjid. They used to live near our center, the GDC here. And his mother passed away. And he was trying hard that even he went to the court to keep the house, because he said, I have nowhere to go. Other brothers, they have their houses. But they insisted, and it was sold. Now after he was living in his own house, now he's renting. SubhanAllah. But also, the right, as we said, of the other should be given away. Right. The sort of harm that forbid implementing such a type of division is the undervaluation and undervaluation of the property when divided, regardless of whether the partner benefits from the division or not. That is, it is not included in such harm that the partners do not benefit from the joint property divided. Right. So this is the first one that we it's very clear, I think, right? There are certain joint matter, thing or property should not be divided but by agreement from all sides. To try to make balance. Right. The second type of division compulsory division. This is when there is no harm caused in dividing a property, and there is no compensation required. That means when they divide it, everybody will take equal share or his share. You cannot say equal, because sometimes there is male and female, everybody has his own share, which is not exactly the same, but according to the Sharia, rules. It is called so because the judge forced the one who refused division to accept and implement it when its conditions are fulfilled. Such type of division may be concluded in properties such as a village, a garden, big houses and shops, spacious land, as well as measurable and weightable items from the same kind. So this could be applied. In order to make it permissible to oblige the one abstaining from division to accept it, 3 conditions must be fulfilled. Now let's check these 3 conditions. That means will not be compulsory or must be, except if these 3 conditions were met. The judge must make sure of the partner's ownership of the article, because maybe somebody will come and try to take part of it or share, while in fact he has no right. And this, unfortunately, sometimes is ignorant in some Muslim community. When they are dividing the inheritance, they don't think about the Sharia law. They think about what they call the tradition of the community, which is not correct. So here, when you go to the judge, he should base his judgment according to what? To the Sharia or the Sharia. This is why it's not what people understand, but what the Sharia say regarding this. He must make sure that there will be no harm resulting from the division. It's very important, because we said if there is a harm, there should be what? Compensation. Ta'wir. For that. Or at least it will be moved from compulsory to what? Something which mutual consist among the partners. Now, he must make sure of the possibility of dividing the shares of the joint property in a way allowing the shares to be changed without giving compensation to any of the partners in return for this change. Why? Because as we said, if there is anything of these, then this will move this joint property from the compulsory to the consent. Thus, if one of the partner demands division, after fulfilling these conditions, the other partner is to be forced to implement it, even if he refuses to do so. As long as everybody will take his exact share, then nobody has the right to object. Why? Because that means, if we agree with this, one of them, that means he's taking his right, and the others, they didn't benefit from the thing that should be given to them. This is based on the fact that division eliminates the harm caused by the existence of partnership. Is it better to divide it or to leave it joint? It's better to divide it. Why? Because people always, most of the troubles come among whom? Partners. This is why many people, they are very nice, good friends for the whole life. Whenever they get in business together, troubles start. Is it true or not? Yeah. Money. وَتُحِبُّونَ الْمَالَ حُبًّا جَمًّا. Allah Azza wa Jalla said that you love money, well, so much that even brothers, maybe they are company. And it's happened, Here, for example, there are some companies which what they call it owned by family. Now, I don't want to name any names, so somebody will. Anyway, so when their father died, and there is, mashallah, big company with millions, and instead of keeping together strong, they were divided. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. So this is why to divide it, it's better to keep at least the relation between the partners. Now, with regard and enable such person to dispose freely of his own share and benefit from through planting, building and suckling metals that are not attainable with existence of partnership. With regard to the above issue, if one of the partner is not legally accountable, that means what? He is what? Minor or insane. If you give him the share, or then he'll waste it. This way here we need guardian, or what do we call it, wakil. Right. Right. Moreover, if one of the partner absent for any reason, then the judge may implement the division on his behalf upon demand of the other partners. The judge knows the share of this person, so he will eliminate it. Well, this is this for so and so. In fact, the type of division is means of distinguish the share of one partner from that of the other. So everybody knows what belongs to him. Moreover, it does not take the same ruling applied to sale transactions such as its own specific ruling. This is a different story. We are not talking about sale here, because this is not sale, but this is about something which these people are saying. It is permissible for the partners to divide the joint property by themselves. If they among themselves, they have good understanding, good respect among themselves. Everybody God-fearing. They fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everybody, care that he doesn't want to take anything which doesn't belong to him. And he care about the rights of others same way that he cares about his own. Then they can do it by themselves. No need to go to the court. But, so the court will be the last option here. Or refer to the judge and sign to do something. As for adjusting the division of the share, it may be through dividing the joint property into parts. When we talk about parts, to make it sometimes easy for division, so make it two equal parts, and from there what's the right of everyone. Like for example, when we have inheritance and we have male and female, so we make, for example, you have let's say 2 brothers and 4 sisters. How many share we have here? 2 and 4, 6. 5. You may double this, make it 12. So every girl take 2 and every boy take 4.
2 sons, 4 sisters is 8 shares.
Nah. Yes,
2 sons and 4 sisters.
Yes.
Is 8 shares.
Yes, 4 for the 2 boys, right? And 4, 1 each, right? Yes. So when you come, for example, to the money, maybe you divide it by, you multiply this number if the money needs to be divided. So the important thing is that you make it in a way an equal share, and from that you start giving everybody according to the Sharia. So like the boy takes twice the share of the girl. Now, if the property is weightable or miserable, miserable, and of the same kind, moreover, just division of shares may be through considering the value of the shares in case property is of different parts. Different parts. Sometimes you get different things, but no matter how much you try to make it equal, you cannot. This is the nature of this property. Therefore, those who get benefits, they should give some compensation for those who get less, to be equal. In such case, the share consisting of parts of less value must be more than the share consisting of parts higher value. Let's say somebody have different lands and pieces of land, and it was inherited by his children. You cannot say, okay, you are 4, mashallah, boys, and your father left 4 land the same size, therefore everyone take 1. Is this fair? Maybe one in the downtown, what's worth millions. The other one where? At Zaban. Far away there. It's worth nothing. So here, we should be, aware of this. Right. So as to make a kind of balance between them. However, if implementing just division is not attainable, neither through dividing the property nor considering the value, then partners may resort to compensation, namely the one who takes share value more than the share of the other partner has to pay him as an amount of money equal to the difference in value. So the one who wants to take, for example, the big apartment in the building, which is 5 rooms, he should pay something for the one who have only 3 rooms apartment. Now, to make him at least please. Unless he gave it up. Maybe because his brother said, no, it's okay. It's fine for me. This is the important thing, that everybody should be happy about this. Now, so should we stop here or? We can finish this. Right. When the partner divide the property among themselves or draw lots for the share. Right. Stop. Allahu Akbar. Right. When the partners divide the property among themselves or draw lots for the shares, the division becomes binding. That is because the one who divides the property among them is like the judge, and the act of drawing lots on the shares is like decision made by the judge. Sometimes you need to draw lots. Now, sometimes, for example, I remember some people, what they do before, it's not like now, mashallah, now people they can get the whole goat before, because people they are not have that much money. So sometimes the neighbors, they come 2, 3 or 4 and they buy 1 goat and they try to divide it between them. I don't know if this practice is in your community, but long time, 40, 50 years ago, I remember this happened here. So when they come, they try their best, but they're only, for example, there are some pieces which is only 1. You cannot divide it by the 4. And then when it was tried, I divide it by the 4, then to make sure that no one will be, dissatisfied about this, what they do, so they give numbers, for example. So whoever take number, then take this part. The other take this part. So everybody happy. That means it's not me that I gave you this. This is your chance that Allah Azza wa Jal gave it to you. So in this way, sometimes people feel happy. So So the division becomes binding. It is permissible to draw lots on the shares in any form. However, the most preferable way of drawing lots is the one in which the names of the partners are written on pieces of paper and then they are rolled up and mixed together. Then the partners may invite a person who was not present, so he did not see such pieces of paper, and ask him to pick those pieces and put them on the share. So he puts them, and then you take whatever Allah Azza wa Jal give it to you. So whoever finds his name on a certain share, it belongs to him. Besides, if each partner gives the other the right to choose between shares, the division becomes binding. If somebody said, I don't mind, take whatever you want and leave the rest for me, it's okay with me, then it's okay. We don't say, no, you have to be involved. He's nice, he's kind, he wants to be very, very helpful. So that's nice from him. Now, by means of their conscience and by the ending the session of division without any objection. Moreover, if one partner claims that there is a mistake in the division they have implemented among themselves, though there are witnesses on their mutual conscience, then such claim is not considered. After they divided, everybody happy, everybody agree. So one, later on, he objected. Maybe he went talk to somebody and said, how well did you accept this? There are some people, they want to make, advice. No, they make fun. They take your right. You should take this. You should take that. So he come back and say, no, I changed my mind. We tell him it's over. It's already over. Now, so, now, in addition, whoever claims that there is a mistake, okay, we talk about this. Otherwise, the other partner is to take an oath denying the claim. So either there is, witnesses that what they did is correct, and everybody took his right and justice, in a way, just way. But if there's no witnesses, then they will make oath to deny that they were not fair with this partner. Right? The original ruling states that the claim is not true until proven otherwise. Either by witnesses or oath for the denier, the one who denies. Thus, if such person presents proof substantiating his claim, then it is considered and the division is to be invalidated. This is based on the fact that his silence, accepting the division, goes back to his view concerning the apparent justice of the person who has implemented the division. Sometimes people are keep quiet. Now, keeping quiet in certain time, that's meaning what? Agreement. And that's mean approve. You approve what's going on, because if it's not, then you should what? Speak out. Right. So if the person submits proof, I have problem with this very long pause. His claim of the injustice made to his right, he may claim his right back. Right. Whereas if each of the two partners claims his right to something in the property, they may resort to taking oaths and the division to be invalidated. So this is another way. That is because the thing they both claim has not gone to someone other than them. So this is between them. So everybody is not happy. Therefore they go back and try to correct the matter, and none of them has proof to outweigh the claim of the other. Right. I think we already finished. As for the deficit that appear in the share of one partner, he has the right to choose between revoking the division or keeping the deficit share and taking compensation. Sometimes you take your share, but later on you find out it's not as good as you expect. So then that means you have the right to object, or you go back and get compensation for that. That is based on the fact that the deficit and the share of any partner is regarded as giving him less than his entitled share. Thus, such person is to be given choice either to revoke the division or keep it and get compensation, the same as apply in sale transaction, because this is what we call it always in sale transaction. If there is deficit, the buyer, he has the right to go and ask for his rights. And by this, inshallah, we finish this chapter 5. Inshallah, next week we'll talk about chapter 6, which is claims and evidence. Talk about claims and evidence. Yes, sir.
There is a small property
No.
which will be divided by 3 sons, 2 daughters,
No.
and a stepmother. 3 sons, 2 daughters, and a stepmother. And there is one of the daughters has a debt that needs to be paid. Is the debt need to be paid, or her share to be paid for the debt?
Debt?
Yes.
If the debt belongs to the group,
One of the daughters, no, the daughter only.
yeah, I mean this debt, is it from the inheritor? I mean the passing father, for example?
The one of the daughters.
Okay, this is different.
Personal debt.
Now?
Personal.
Yeah, personal debt. No. See, this has nothing to be done, because here when we talk about inheritance, everybody will take his share according to the Sharia. Right? But let's say that one of them, she has a debt which belonged to the one they inherited. Now, let's say, for example, a father took someone. The first thing should be settled when we're dividing the inheritance. Remember when we study inheritance? Now, 3 things that should be done. You remember this? First of all is what?
Real expenses.
General expenses should be put aside. Second, giving or paying the debts in the side of this deceased, the one who died. Right? Third, apply his wafiyah. Well, after taking this aside, then it will be divided. So if one of the inheritors himself, there is a debt in this side, then he take his right, because this debt that will be taken away from the inheritance. Now, and then it will be divided. Whatever left is.
So what is the division share? 3 sons, 2 daughters, 1 stepmother.
The share, the mother, is it their mother?
And stepmother.
Stepmother.
Yes.
Is there a son and girl? Okay. Then the woman, the mother, the wife, she will take what? 1/8, because he has children. Right?
They don't have children.
But how they inherit if they don't have children? You said they have boys and...
The sons and daughters, they have a stepmother. Second wife of their father. So they don't have children. Their father.
The money, this wealth belong to whom?
The father.
The father. And those are his children or not?
Yes, his children, but not the stepmother.
That doesn't matter. I don't care about the mother. The children of the father, right? Right. This stepmother, is it the wife of their father?
Yes.
That's the same thing. Okay? So the first thing will be, for example, giving 1/8 for the wife, because she's white here. Her relation to the disease, that she is his wife. So take 1/8. And then the children, which is boys and girls, the boy take twice the share of the girl.
After taking the 1/8.
After taking 1/8. No.
Sheikh, can you elaborate on that, because this is the one of the points.
No.
I don't know, not all Muslims are aware, but non-Muslims mostly on this point attack Islam, related to women not being fair to women. They quote this as an example.
Yeah.
Not all Muslims understand this concept, and get confused or said, I don't know why.
Yeah, because they said, look, to Islam, he gives man twice the share of the woman. Naam. My dear brothers, always when anybody, raise this issue, tell him that you cannot take this part from the whole picture. Look at the whole system. You cannot take just one piece of the system and put it in the spot and just look at this. Because in fact, believe me, ladies, they're getting better, than what men take. Do you know why? I'll give you an example. If a man died and he has one son and one daughter, and the son took twice of the share of his sister, his sister will take this money, which is considered 50% only, but she can invest it, she can keep it in the safe box. Now, her brother responsible to spend on her, taking good care of her. Now who is losing here? She pay nothing. So in the long run, in fact, the women, they're getting good share. Besides, men are doing business with the money. They invest it. And when they invest it for the benefit of the whole. Because he will spend on himself and on his family, including his sister. He cannot say, no, you take your share, I'm not responsible. No. Islam said, no, you are responsible here. Till, she gets married, then the responsibility will be of the husband. So here, if you look at the whole picture, you will see the justice. But if you took only one piece, and put in the spot, and this is the problem of something. Always, my dear brother, just to make a last note, whenever you are making da'wah, be careful. Don't be, go in detail about the detail of the Sharia. Now some guy will make da'wah, he will talk, say, Allah la ilaha illallah, there is only one God. Excuse me. Why you are Muslim, you are married for women? This is the trick. Why? To keep you busy talking about something irrelevant about the most important subject that you want to tell them, which is Tawheed. Listen, after you talk for 1 hour, Allah is convinced. That's good. Just this will get him to Islam. But he said, okay, but before I tell you, let me speak about the one who put this rule. Then you know him first. Then he will understand. Clear? So always be careful about it. Okay, we'll go to Salah. So inshallah we have no class after Isha.